Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to six, and the general manager of Dan Cummins Chevrolet Buick in Paris, Kentucky, the second largest used car franchise dealer in the United States of America. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
I've got an awesome show for you today. Yes, I do. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Today is Wednesday. That's right. August 22nd, 2018. The first and last time it'll ever be. August 22nd, 2018. And I got to tell you, I have an over-the-top amazing show for you today. I am so glad that you guys are here. I am so glad you're here this morning because I have been thinking about you a lot lately. I really have been thinking about you a whole lot lately. I've been praying about you a lot lately. I've been trying to brainstorm different ideas and whatnot lately. Like, I have been thinking about you a ton lately. Like, I have been asking myself this question. I've been asking myself, how can I better serve you? I've totally been asking myself that question all the time. Man, I'm around this guy, Josh Cummins, who's this incredible servant leader, and it's been placed in my heart. How can I better serve this group? It's a question I've been asking myself lately. How can I better serve this group? How can I better serve Dan Cummins Chevrolet and Buick? Like, how can I better serve the dealership and the people that are inside those walls? How can I better serve our customers? I've been asking myself that question. I've been also asking myself, how can I better serve my wife and my children, right? Like, how can I better serve them? How can I better serve the group? How can I better serve, my coworkers? How can I better serve Josh and Dusty? How can I better serve my family? How can I better serve this planet? That's a question I've had to ask myself. How can I better serve this planet? And then, of course, I'm always asking myself, how can I better serve God? Like, how can I better serve him? And so this morning, I asked those questions. How can I better serve the Rise and Grind group, all my Rise and Grind peeps who I love more than anything on the planet? How can I better serve them? How do I better serve my dealership, my coworkers, and my customers? How do I better serve my wife and my children? How do I better serve this planet? And how do I better serve God? And this morning, I asked myself those questions, and the answer came through. It was resounding. It was resounding, the answer that came through when I asked myself those questions. How can I better serve these people, and how can I better serve my God? And the answer came through, and it was resounding, and it came through just like this. I must become unrecognizable. 100% unrecognizable. That's what came through, and we're going to dive into that more in today's episode of Hashtag Rise and Grind. We're going to dive into that. But before we do, y'all know what we got to do up here in Hashtag Rise and Grind. And I'm kind of stuck on this one right now because this one right now feels good, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was another song that I was going to play. If you guys don't know, this is the part of the show. If this is your first time, I want to say welcome to our show. But something we do every single morning on Hashtag Rise and Grind is we make sure to say good morning to each other, and I take an opportunity to say good morning to you. So if you would, in the comments there, go ahead and shoot me a good morning. I'll try to get back to you. Also, this is the time in the show where we do a little dancing. We get the energy going, right? Right? You got to get that energy right. Energy has to be perfect. Rise and Grind doesn't work if you don't have the energy just absolutely perfect. So the music helps set the tone. Now, we also hit the share button. This is the time in the show where I need you to hit that share button because you just never know. Hitting that share button might change someone's day. And we believe that if you can change someone's day, you can change the way they start their day, you can change this planet. Good morning, Elizabeth Rankin Tinker. Good morning, Travis Smith. Good morning, Jay Heidemann and Chad Arnold. Good morning, my man Sean Hayes, Rick Cougar, Charlie McHale, Mr. Tom Sizemore. Good morning, Tim Jones and Mike Higdon. Good morning, Jeremy Noling, Crystal Cornelius. Not sure I've seen that name before. Good morning, Crystal. Good morning, Rich Bashert, AJ Anderson, Tom Jones. Oh my goodness, this place is packed. Good morning, Ann Gilbert. What's up, Josh? Good morning, Miss Eliza. Boy says, how are you? It was such an honor and a pleasure to spend time with you. You are an incredibly classy and just an incredible woman. Good morning, Scott Simon, Stephen Jones. What's up, everybody? Swell Lakes up in here. Everybody, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Are you feeling that? Are you feeling that? Have you hit the share button? I know, you're like, hold on, dude, I'm dancing. I can't hit share. All right, cool. Well, I'll kill the music right now so you can hit the share button because today is very, very, very important. So I asked myself, how can I better serve this group? How can I better serve my coworkers and my customers at Dan Cummins? How can I better serve my wife and my children? How can I better serve this planet? And how can I better serve my God? I asked myself all of those questions, and the answer was a resounding, I must become absolutely 100% unrecognizable. I must become unrecognizable. And so I'm going to talk to you guys today about the steps that it takes to become unrecognizable. There's 4 steps. It's real simple. We're going to get through this. We're going to get through it together. And I truly believe the message that's going to go out today was designed specifically for you. So I hope you're tuned in. I hope you're dialed in. And I hope that you are ready. Because the very first thing when I wrote down my meeting this morning and asked, how can I better serve and how can I become unrecognizable? Step 1 was, and this is, I'm telling you, I'm just sharing a message. This isn't even Glenn's message. I'm just going to share this with you guys today. First thing that I was told this morning was I have to learn to walk by faith and not by sight. I have to learn to walk by faith and not by sight. Now, we've all maybe heard this before, but here's what came to me next. When the eyes are allowed to lead, the spirit is in imminent danger. I want to make sure that you don't miss that, because when that thought came into my mind, I thought that was strong. When the eyes are allowed to lead, the spirit is in imminent danger. You understand? Listen to me, and I'm just going to give you a couple examples. Okay. I'm going to give you examples. When you are, say, married, you're in a relationship, whatever, and your eyes you start looking at other women, what's going to happen? You will lust, right? If you look, you will lust. When you are searching and you are seeking and you're like trying to force things to happen in your life, or you're trying to force things to happen in your career, and you're constantly like looking for ways to make things happen, whether they're good ways or bad ways, you're just looking for ways. When you search, you don't trust. Okay? When you're out there fighting and seeking and searching, that's a lack of trust. And this is important. When you react to the things that are right in front of you, when you're allowing the eyes to lead and you react to the things that are right in front of you, when you do that, when you instantly react, how many times does that work out for you? Not good, right? Let me give you a couple examples. I was talking to Sean the other night, Sean Hayes, because we went out I went out with a couple of the guys last Saturday, went out. And somebody in the group came and said hi and introduced herself to me and all that great stuff. And I talked to Sean, and Sean was like, I don't go to the club. He said, I don't go out anymore. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't go out? And he's like, dude, I just don't go out. Like, I have my wife. This is what I do. This is my life. I'm happy. I am not going to allow myself to ever be in a position of any kind of temptation or any kind of position that might make my wife feel uncomfortable. I just don't do it. He doesn't allow his eyes to lead him down any path that could cause him trouble. He doesn't do it. Now, my boy Josh Cummins is incredibly focused. He is so incredibly focused on his vision of the future. He trusts the direction of the dealership. He trusts the people that are in the dealership. He's not really spending a whole lot of time searching and seeking individual answers to tiny little small problems. He's not seeking those things. Instead, he trusts. He's walking by faith. He trusts his people. He trusts God. He trusts that the dealership's going to grow and it's going to get bigger and his visions are going to become reality. You see, I'll give you an example. Me, last night, Willow, I asked my daughter Willow to do something and Willow said, no. That's what she said to me. She said, no. And I'm like, what do you mean, no? And I instantly got reactive and I instantly was kind of angry and I instantly was kind of in a bad mood and I was kind of like short with her and I didn't like the way that I treated her. I didn't like it at all. And I told my wife outside after, I said, honey, when she told me no, it took me back in time. It took me back in time when I told my dad no and he beat the living heck out of me. And it made me angry in that moment because she told me no. Now, it's one thing when they disobey. They disobey all the time. They're kids, right? But the way that she told me no made me angry, and I allowed that anger to cause me to react towards a little girl that I absolutely love in a way that I should never do. I should never talk to her. I can serve her better. I can serve her better if I walk by faith and not by sight. The eyes are allowed to lead. If the eyes are allowed to lead, the spirit is in imminent danger. When you're looking at what's right in front of you and becoming reactionary to everything that's right in front of you versus walking by faith, knowing that there's a bigger picture, that it doesn't matter. These little tiny trivial things are not going to impact your destiny when you can walk by faith and not by sight. That's how you can become unrecognizable. That's one way that you can become unrecognizable. Listen, all that stuff is dangerous. When you're allowing the eyes to lead, it is so dangerous. It is so dangerous. In order to become, unrecognizable, to become the best version of you that you can possibly be, to make a bigger impact on this planet, you have to learn to close your eyes. You have to learn to close your eyes, and you have to learn to listen. Did you know? I didn't know this. I watched a video yesterday. It's awesome. Listen and silent. The word listen and the word silent are made out of the same letters. Did you know that? They're just rearranged. And sometimes we need to close our eyes and listen and learn to follow if we want to become unrecognizable. The second thing that we have to do, the second thing that you need to do, if you truly want to become unrecognizable, you want to make a bigger impact on this planet, you want to become a person that can better serve your friends and your family members, your coworkers, your employees, better serve this planet, better serve your God. If you want to do that, the second thing to becoming unrecognizable is you must admit your flaws and be vulnerable. Sometimes a hard one for me, especially if you got a little bit of ego. So I am going to admit one of my flaws to you right now. I am going to be vulnerable right now. And I'm scared. But I know that I have to do it in order to become unrecognizable. Listen. To all of my friends and family members out there in the Rise and Grind crew, I have to tell you something. I smoke cigarettes. I still smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke a ton of cigarettes, but I still smoke cigarettes. And listen, dude, it weakens me. It weakens me. I feel it. Like after each one, it weakens me. And it embarrasses me. It really does embarrasses me. See, it's this crutch from my past. It's this thing that I've held on to forever and ever and ever. Like, I still take care of my body. I still work out. I still, I do all of these things. But but I still smoke cigarettes. It's like this one little piece of me that I haven't been able to let go of yet. And I hide it sometimes, right? It keeps me from being the best version of me. It absolutely does. It stinks, of course. It stinks. And see, here's what I know. I know that I have to beat this. And again, I don't smoke a ton. It's a couple cigarettes a day, but it really is just a crutch, man. It's just a crutch. And I have to beat it because, you see, I'm getting ready to be on stage with Eric Thomas. I'm going to be on stage with Eric Thomas here in like 6 weeks. And I promise you, and I'm going to go ahead and put this out there right now, I will not be a smoker the day that I get to be on stage with Eric Thomas. Are you kidding me? The opportunity that I'm going to have to be on stage with one of the most, not one of the most, notable, the most popular, worldwide known motivational speaker in the world, guy who's got his stuff together. I am not going to go up there and shake his hand and smell like a stinking ashtray. I will not smoke. I will not be a smoker that day, okay? I will not be. All right? Now, my question to you is, what flaw are you hiding? What are you making excuses for? Is it your teeth? Do you not smile a bunch because you don't like your teeth? Is there a bad habit that you need to share, that you need to get out there, that you need to be vulnerable about? What are you making excuses for? Is it like porn? Are you watching too much porn, which is where you've got your eyes and your attention on? Is it drugs? Is it drinking? Let me ask you a question. Are you snoozing? Are you hitting the snooze button? That's right. I roll hitting the snooze button right up in there with smoking cigarettes, watching porn, and all that other stuff. I'll put all that in there because it's all impactful on your life. It all hurts. It all keeps you from being the best version of you that you can possibly be. Do you understand? Listen to me. If you want to become unrecognizable, completely unrecognizable, better serve the people around you, and better make a better impact on this planet. First, you have to walk by faith and not by sight. Second, you have to admit your flaws and be vulnerable to them. And third, you must seek help. I'm telling you right now, you must seek help. Are you struggling financially? Then seek a financial advisor. Is your golf swing terrible? Then seek somebody that can help you with that. Go find an expert. Is there a bad habit that you can't break, like smoking a cigarette? Then seek help. Find a way that you can make it happen, Glenn Lundy. If your marriage is on the rocks, seek help. Are you having accountability issues with working out, getting to the gym, losing weight, reaching your goals, any of those things? If you're having issues, seek help. Listen to me. Swallow your pride and seek help. I want to tell you here today, if you could have done it on your own already, you probably already would have. Just keeping it real. If you could have done it on your own already, you probably already would have. So if there's something in your life that needs to change in order for you to become #unrecognizable, seek help. Find it, man. It's out there. Swallow your pride. You don't have to do this stuff alone. None of us have to do this alone. And if you truly want to make a big, massive impact on this planet, you're going to have to become unrecognizable. This is what happens, guys. I get messages, and sometimes they're for me, and sometimes they're for you. And I just share them. Number 4. The fourth and last thing that you need to do. See, the question I asked myself this morning was, how can I better serve the Rise and Grind group? How can I better serve Dan Cummins? How can I better serve my wife and kids? How can I better serve this planet? How can I better serve my God? And the answers all came to me. I have to become unrecognizable. I am not yet the best version of me that I can possibly be. There is another version. There is another level. It is higher. It is better. It is stronger. It is more impactful. There is a better version of me that exists inside of me that it's time to let out. And in order to do that, I have to learn to walk by faith and not by sight. I cannot allow my eyes to lead, because when my eyes lead, it puts my spirit in imminent danger. I must also be vulnerable, admit my flaws. I cannot hide from them anymore. I must admit them, and then I must seek help. I must seek help to fix the things that I cannot fix on my own. And the fourth and last thing that you and I must do to become absolutely unrecognizable, the fourth and last thing that we must do is we must let go and let God, which you've heard before, let go and let God out of the box. I'm going to throw that last part in there. Let go and let God out of the box. You see, we tend to make God this teeny, tiny, diminished little person. And we tend to make ourselves this teeny, tiny, diminished little person. We think that we're incapable of things. We have this crazy mindset where we belittle ourselves. We wear ourselves down. We use words like can't. We use words like can't all the time. And we use words like impossible. We use words like can't and impossible all of the time, and we focus on the things that we're lacking in life, not the things that we can do in life. And here, listen to me. I'm going to share this with you. Do you know what's impossible in your life? Because I have the answer. Do you know what's impossible in your life? Nothing. Absolutely nothing is impossible in your life. I'm here to tell you this today. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. The only thing impossible is for something to be impossible. Improbable, maybe. Unlikely, yeah, for sure. Insert God, my friends, and there is no door that you cannot walk through. It's true. Impossible goes away. He moves mountains, breaks chains. He creates strength out of pain. He leads men. He leads women. To him, it's all the same. There truly is nothing in this life you can't do. There is nothing in this life you can't do. You see, you're a child of God. Don't you see? He's in you. You can learn, you can grow, you can change things today. Simply look in the mirror and to yourself, you must say, today is the day that I become unrecognizable. Today is the day that I become unrecognizable. Listen, if you need more videos, go to GlennLundy.com. There's tons of them up there. If you need some hashtag Rise and Grind gear to remind yourself you're part of this incredible group, go to GlennLundy.com. It's all there, man. It's all there. If you haven't got your tickets yet to the Hustle and Grind conference that's going down in Orlando, get those today. Do it today. It's going to be a life-changing event. I'm telling you. It's already changing my life. I'm not even at the event yet. If you haven't hit that share button, do it now. Because, again, we all believe that if we can change the way people start their day, we can change this planet. And you just never know when a share is going to change the way someone starts their day. And then most importantly, will you do me a favor? Will you come back here tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m.? We'll do this again on hashtag Rise and Grind, because I need you to understand something. You are an amazing, absolutely amazing human being, dude. You are a child of God, like the God of the universe that created everything. He created you, and he lives in you. Right? And you're this amazing human being. You're part of this elite group of people that we've decided that we're going to rid the negativity out of our lives, right? We're going to surround ourselves by only positivity, and we're going to become a part of this group, this awesome group of people that are choosing every day to hashtag Rise and Grind. And all of that positivity that you're putting out there in your smile, in your posts, in your comments, in your videos, all of that you're putting out there, it truly is making an impact on this planet. It is. It's making an impact in your friends' life, in your family members' lives, in your coworkers' life. It's making an impact on this planet. It's making an impact on my life. And I, for one, dude, I absolutely love you for it. I absolutely love you. If no one has told you that yet today, I want to be the first. I stinking love you. So let's work together on becoming hashtag unrecognizable. Unrecognizable. And becoming the absolute best version of ourselves that we can be. I know you've got it in you. I know I've got it in me. Have an incredible day today. Having a phenomenal, over-the-top, amazing, fantastic day today. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. as we hashtag rise and grind.